Walton Mayor Ed Snow gave the Walton Town Board a presentation on the expenditure of recreation funds at a town board meeting held Monday, July 10th, 2023.
All right, I know there was some discussion at your last meeting, and I got the letter from Joe asking that we could give you a little idea of what's going on. Just for your own information, and regarding, as far as year 2022, as far as the parks goes, last year it cost us $64,000, and the pool, $74,000. This year, it's gone, the park has gone to, the pool has gone to $70,000 and the parks at $87,000. You'll see on the thing, you have different, personal services, what that means, that's all the salaries. For the summertime help, we have about 16 kids, well, some adults, people working for us. And the only other salary that would go in there is Brian Sprague. Part of his salary for the summer goes in there. And when you see contractual expenses, that would be insurance, water, porta potties, mowing, gas, toiletries, anything extra that's not on the list would go into that category. That's basically the only money we get in at all is the $32,000 you give us, and we get $1,000 from the youth association. So that's what we get for the year to help out. I know we had spoken in the past to Joe if we could always use a little bit more money, because it's the prices that keep going up, and it's pretty expensive to run it. I don't know if you have any other questions you want to ask me about it, but this is online too. If you go on our webpage, it has the whole budget. This will be there too. You can also find it. We've been doing this with you guys for a long time. I appreciate the money you give us towards this. I also want to say thank you from the board and from the village's part. Thank you for giving us that rescue funds money for down in Water Street, the walking trail that's going to be there. That's really, really nice. I'm hoping that when the grant that we put in for, the $100,000 we get together, comes true. This is our third year trying to get it, as you know. Hopefully we get it, we can put up a fence, we can blacktop that, and we can get some benches, we can do some parking on both sides around there. So hopefully that'll happen. We'll know by the end of the year. Is there any other questions?
No, I appreciate you bringing this in. Thank you for providing this.
Please.
The board just wanted to.
Yeah, let me explain. I know there was an issue that there was talk about not being swimming lessons and everything. What had happened? We only had one person that was going to teach swimming lessons this year, and she ended up at the end of the year saying, "No, I'm not going to do it." So we didn't know what we were going to. Now we have 3 people that are going to be teaching lessons. The problem we had with swimming lessons, last year we had 95 people sign up for swimming lessons, only 30 showed up to do it. This year, starting I think the 17th, we're going to start doing it for 2 weeks. We're going to see how many people sign up for it, and we're going to try and see how it works. I think everything's working out pretty good so far, and anytime you want anything, please, Joe, you got my number, call me. I mean, if any information, I'll give it to you, anything I can do, okay?
Yeah, and again, go ahead, Len.
I just had a question, Mayor, on personal services for the pool.
Yeah, personal services.
They're up
Okay, go ahead, yeah.
They're up about 27% from the previous year. Do you have a breakdown of that? You know, that's an unusually large, even for the difficult times we have getting help these days. That's still significant.
Well, the only thing we have in personal service, we have all the young people that we have working for us. They're making $14.25. Some of them are making $14.25. Some are making $14.75. And we have Brian Sprague, who his salary goes in there also. Their raise went up 20. He's making I think $22,000. It goes into that alone. It's 2. They're roughly 16, and it all depends on how many hours they put in. Sometimes if you have a lot of days off that you don't use the pool, and other times that you do use it, that could be a big difference in it too. Last year we had a lot of rain, So it cut back a little bit. This year, hopefully, we won't. So that can affect it a lot too. But you can figure
Yeah,
16. You can figure about 16 people making $14.25, $14.30 an hour. And they all do about 30 hours a week, plus the 22,000 on top of that.
Yeah, because you're looking at about a $13,000 increase on
Yeah.
a $45,000 item. That just seems a little out of whack.
Well, it's
Where are you seeing
Well,
that?
minimum wage going up
minimum wage went up
Anybody.
$1
Oh,
too.
the
You got
total.
that
Okay.
And
minimum.
personal services.
70 cents an
yeah,
hour or something, wasn't it?
Huh?
And then
22
Yeah,
compared
okay.
to
minimum wage went up like
2023.
70 cents, I think,
It
an
went up
hour.
$1 an hour.
It went up $1 an
Yeah, it
hour?
went up $1. It was $13.25 last year. It went up $1 this year.
14.
So, Len, you got to figure $1 an hour for 16 people. 30, figure how 30 hours per person, $1 an hour more. So that's $30. And you figure times 6, it adds up. And plus Brian's salary went up also.
Can I just clarify something with you for the minutes? This 22, we're talking 21, 22 for your calendar year,
Right.
and 22, 23. So June of 23,
This is good. This
budget
is
year
not.
ended.
This right. The 22 one ended. The 22 one ended. This budget I just gave you out for 23 started in June of 23 and it goes to 24.
Okay, so this goes until
This goes
May
till
of
next
20
June. Yeah, June 24. I'm
This
sorry.
is your current.
This is the current one. Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have made that a little bit clearer.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It just, during the discussion, and there was some discussion about the lifeguards and how important that is for swimming lessons.
Yeah, and it is.
Just, one of the council says, what are we getting for what we're giving them? And I said, that's a simple request to the mayor on,
Right.
well, actually, Rhonda informed me that all we gotta do is just call the clerk and say, hey, can we have this? And
Well, that's
came
what
through, so
that's what the board
that's,
said. They said just
yeah.
send it, and I said I'd rather go in person. This way, if they have any questions, I can sit here and answer them. I hope I did anyway. I'll do the best I can.
We appreciate the fact that you got swimming lessons in there, because I think that is important to have.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to hire people, and it's, the state gives
There was talk back and forth about how much we're gonna pay the lifeguards. We got the $1 an hour, which came down from the state.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, quite honestly, we don't really. By law, we only have to go by what the federal minimum wage is, but we don't. We always go by what the state.
because if you did, you wouldn't have any lifeguards.
No, I know that. I realize. And we had checked around. Sydney they paid more because they hadn't had a pool for the last 3 years, so they're paying a little bit more. But Colchester was pretty close to us, and a few other places that I checked around. And someone made a suggestion that if they're returning lifeguard, they should make a little bit more, but nothing was brought up at the budget hearing by anybody. But next year, I'll make sure that I'm on top of it, that we do something like that, because that gives them incentive to come back.
Well, and quite frankly, you want your most responsible teenagers being your lifeguards, because you
Right.
hope
Yeah.
they're bored all year. That's what you hope
No,
for,
you're right,
but you
right,
want
yeah.
them to be
So,
responsible.
We'll try, so I appreciate your input. Well, I'll make it a point that we give you this, but quite honestly, I've been there for 15 years. This is the first time anybody put a request in for it, but we have it on the website. I'll make sure that you get
Well,
a
this is
copy
the
of it.
first time that there was discussion that there wasn't gonna be any swimming lessons.
Yeah.
So that was the
main
spark
emphasis on the whole
that,
thing. But I'll make sure you get a copy of this now, okay?
Good, all
All right,
right.
thank you. Have a good night. Thank you.
To subscribe or advertise, call 607-464-4009.